Adopting a poodle or buying one from a breeder is a significant decision, one that impacts not only your life, but also that of the dog you choose to welcome into your family. Understanding the differences, advantages, and disadvantages of adoption versus buying a poodle can help you make the right choice for your household, lifestyle, and beliefs. Let's begin by discussing adoption. Adopting a poodle generally involves working with animal shelters, rescue organizations, or breed-specific rescue groups. These organizations rescue poodles of all ages, from playful puppies to dignified seniors, who may have been surrendered, abandoned, or rescued from unsuitable conditions. One of the most compelling advantages of adoption is giving a dog a second chance at life. Many adopted poodles come from difficult circumstances and are in need of a safe, loving home. By choosing to adopt, you become part of the solution to the widespread problem of pet homelessness and overpopulation. Shelters and rescues are filled with dogs, many purebred poodles among them, hoping for new families. When you adopt, you're not only providing care and comfort for one animal, but also freeing up valuable space and resources for others who need help. Another benefit is cost. Adoption fees are typically much lower than the price charged by breeders. These fees usually include vaccinations, spaying or neutering, microchipping, and sometimes even a starter package of food and supplies. In contrast, buying a poodle from a breeder can be a considerable financial investment, especially for popular sizes and colors. Adopting, therefore, can make pet ownership accessible to more people without sacrificing the joy of having a purebred dog. In addition, many rescue organizations take efforts to assess their dog's health and temperament before placing them for adoption. They may provide you with detailed information about the dog's personality, quirks, and history. Older dogs, in particular, often come with established habits and basic training, making the adjustment period easier for first-time dog owners or families with busy schedules. However, there are some challenges to adopting. The selection of available poodles at any given shelter may be limited, and it might be difficult to find a specific type, size, or color quickly. If your heart is set on a certain variety, like a red toy poodle puppy, the search might take months or even longer. In addition, rescue dogs may have experienced trauma or neglect, leading to behavioral or medical issues that require patience and special care. Owners who adopt should be prepared to offer extra time, training, and understanding as their new dog adjusts to life in a forever home. Another consideration is background information. While reputable rescues strive to provide full histories, sometimes little is known about a dog's origins, parentage, or past medical care. Prospective adopters need to be comfortable with a level of uncertainty. Not every trait or potential genetic issue can be predicted in advance. Turning now to buying a poodle, typically this is done through professional breeders who specialize in the breed. One of the chief advantages here is the ability to select a very specific dog. Whether it's a particular size, standard, miniature, or toy, a rare coat color, or even desired temperament traits carefully bred over generations, breeders can often match you with your ideal poodle. When you work with a responsible, ethical breeder, you can expect detailed records of the dog's lineage, medical screenings for inherited conditions, and support throughout the life of your pet. This transparency can be especially important if you have allergy concerns or specific behavioral expectations, as poodles are prized for their intelligence, hypoallergenic coats, and adaptable natures. Buying from a breeder also increases the likelihood of bringing home a young puppy and raising it from its earliest days. For some families, the experience of bonding with a puppy and shaping its behavior and training is a key part of dog ownership. And with a known background and early socialization provided by a caring breeder, the adjustment period may be smoother than with a dog whose history is unknown. Of course, there are drawbacks to consider. Cost tops the list. Purebred poodles purchased from reputable breeders can be quite expensive, often ranging from several hundred to several $1,000s. This doesn't include the ongoing expenses of dog ownership, such as grooming, food, veterinary care, and supplies. Equally important is the obligation to do your homework when choosing a breeder. Not every breeder operates ethically. Some prioritize profits over animal welfare, engaging in practices that compromise the health and well-being of their dogs. Responsible breeders are transparent, perform genetic testing, provide appropriate veterinary care, and are deeply invested in the placement and welfare of their puppies. Puppy mills and unscrupulous breeders, on the other hand, perpetuate overbreeding, poor living conditions, and inherited diseases. A conscientious buyer must be prepared to visit breeders in person, ask questions, and insist on seeing where and how the puppies are raised. Supporting a reputable breeder means upholding and encouraging best practices within the dog breeding community, while also discouraging the continued operation of puppy mills. It's also worth acknowledging that buying from a breeder does not directly address the issue of animal overpopulation. Each time a puppy is purchased from a breeder, that's potentially one fewer home available for a dog in need. For some, this is a moral consideration when weighing the adoption versus purchase decision. When comparing the two options, another factor is timing. If you are seeking to add a poodle to your family quickly, the wait for a puppy from a high-quality breeder can span months or even longer, as reputable breeders have long waiting lists and thoughtfully plan each litter. Adoption timelines are more unpredictable. Sometimes the right dog is waiting for you. Sometimes it's a matter of persistence and patience. Ultimately, the choice between adopting and buying a poodle is a personal one, dependent on your individual circumstances, priorities, and capacity for care. If your core motivation is to provide a home for a dog whose future is uncertain, and you're flexible about age, background, and temperament, adoption may be the best path. If you have particular needs with respect to lineage, health certifications, or very specific characteristics, and are prepared for a financial investment, buying from a responsible breeder may be the right fit. Whatever you choose, the most important step is to commit to providing a lifetime of love, care, and companionship to your poodle. Whether found through adoption or purchase, every dog deserves a safe and happy home, and every owner stands to gain years of joy, loyalty, and affection in return.